Welcome to part 3 of my NBA 2K17 wishlist. If you missed parts 1 and 2, be sure to click on the annotations here, and also be sure to check out the Twitter thread that I have in the description because it has some more ideas that I totally left out in all 3 videos. So let's get started. This is part 3, which is just customization and edit player fixes for NBA 2K17. So let's just start by talking about hair. So hair was a big problem in NBA 2K16. So first of all, eyebrow 1 just needs to get its color straight because black isn't really black. It shows up brown. When you have the facial hair color as black, the eyebrows are still brown. I don't know what's up with that, but that's got to get fixed. We need more eyebrow styles. We need more hairstyles in the game, just period. And I think one way we can go about getting more hairstyles in the game, there's a barber actually in LA who did the Swaggy P haircut. He invented it. He's the one who actually gave Nick Young his haircut. His name on Instagram is JC the Barber. Maybe they can bring him in and I don't know, have him show off some modern haircuts because he cuts more than just Nick Young's hair. He cuts a lot of NBA players, celebrities' hair, so he knows all of the modern looks. So he can definitely make all of those cuts if you need to scan those in the game or something. But we do need more hairstyles for sure. In addition, we do need to be able to adjust the hair length. Now, this used to be an option in 2K, but it's no longer there. So we do need to be able to adjust the hair length, I think. We also need more hair textures. And if you don't know what I mean by that, I can't really speak on non-black people, but for black people hair, you have different hair textures sometimes. So if you look at DeAndre Bembry, for example, versus Brandon Ingram, when they grow out their hair, they have 2 different hair textures. And me, for example, my hair looks more like DeAndre's when it grows out, and other people like Jahlil Okafor, Justice Winslow's, those look like Brandon Ingram's hair when he grows his out. So we do need different hair textures because not all these hairstyles are for, we don't have hair textures to fit each hairstyle. Let's just put it that way. We also need to be able to adjust tapers how we want to, kind of like the fades on the sides. When you see like the afro with the fade on the side, we need to be able to adjust those tapers how we want to so that we can make like a mohawk if we wanted to with an afro. And in addition, we need hair highlights for sure because this is an increasingly popular hairstyle for sure. You see Odell Beckham Jr., Marcus Smart, Alan Crabb, a bunch of guys do it. They all have this hairstyle, so we should be able to have it in the game right now. So that's really it for hair. But another big thing that 2K needs, we need to be able to adjust body types. So obviously if you have a 160-pound player in the game and then you increase his weight to 300 pounds, the body type stays the exact same, and that shouldn't be the case. So my solution for this is just to have different default body types. So they used to have like skinny, buff, and ripped. I say have like different default body types that represent different NBA players right now. So have like a Draymond Green body type, have a Corey Brewer body type that's obviously going to be really thin, maybe a LeBron, maybe a Durant, just have some variety there in terms of body types so that we can have some diversity on the park. Speaking of diversity, 2K needs to add a skin palette instead of the skin color system that they have now. I think there's only 7 skin tones that you can choose from, but they really need a skin palette so they can, get skin tones right, so that everybody can get skin tones right. Because sometimes I'm in between on 2 skin types, so maybe skin type 4 versus 5 or 6 versus 7. So just having a palette would make it so much easier. And on top of that, this is kind of random, but they need to bring back individual ball handling packages. Now, this has been gone from NBA 2K since NBA 2K10. After that, they started grouping together ball handling packages. So this would kind of eliminate that whole step back move situation that I discussed earlier in the last wishlist video, because the step back move used to be a completely separate move in the create a player option. So they need individual ball handling packages again. And I'm going to show you what it used to look like in NBA 2K10 just so you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about. one thing that would also really help me when creating players is just changing the user interface of the attribute changes and tendency changes. So right now they're kind of horizontal arrows that adjust one at a time. I would just recommend changing it to vertical arrows so that I can save myself a lot of time. Just instead of scrolling all the way down and scrolling all the way back up, we can just have vertical arrows and change the 10's value and change the 1's value to make my life a little bit easier when I'm creating players. That's just for me though. Something else is just be able to rotate players when you look at the signature jump shot. So this was in NBA 2K15. You could rotate the player when you looked at their signature jump shot. Now you can't even do that. And I just have to take so many more trips to the freestyle practice arena just to double check jump shots. You know, I'd still do a good job with the jump shots anyways, but it's just annoying to have to test out all of these jump shots because I can't look at the side view and compare it to actual footage just from that menu. I have to actually go to freestyle and check it myself, and that just adds a lot of unnecessary time. That's really annoying. I also think that we should have an option to fully customize a roster. And what I mean by this is, you know, all the teams have logos, arenas, and a specific roster cap size, 15. So why not have an option to customize the roster however we want, customize the jerseys, customize the logos, and even the roster spots? Because making the off-season roster this year is going to be a bit of a struggle because you can't cut players who are injured, or injured players actually count. So you can't add additional players just by injuring a player like I did last year. So I can't add a rookie and keep the team at 15 players, for example. I was able to do that last year because I injured a player and then I added the rookie, but I can't do that this year, so somebody's gonna have to get cut. So yeah, that's it. Just be able to adjust the roster because some people want to make college teams, some people want to make old NBA rosters, and they can't do that because we don't have that customization ability with the actual roster. We can do it once we get to my league, but we can't do it in the actual roster. I also think that we should be able to save our jerseys and, like, you know, be able to bring it back in another mode, for example. Like in my team, if you customize a team and you make the arena and you make the jerseys, you should be able to save that and you should be able to use those same things on a team in my league or for your Pro-Am team. You should be able to use those settings, those jersey images. Those should all go over across all game modes. So I don't know why this wasn't an option. I feel like that's something that is clear as day that they should add. I also think that there should be a preview option when you're looking at draft classes and rosters, just so you know what you're getting before you download. So obviously, even though I put in a lot of hours, a lot of work into my draft classes, mine's not the most popular out there. And I feel like my audience would probably grow, not even like the YouTube audience. I'm just saying like my downloads would probably increase just if people could see what they were getting before they downloaded. And this used to be an option, I don't know how long ago, but you could actually preview the draft class before you downloaded it. You can press like Y or something and you could preview the draft class, check all the signatures, check all the attributes and stuff like that before you actually downloaded it. And this would probably save you guys some time. I know there's some draft classes at the top that you guys don't like with the high potential ratings or whatever, but I feel like that would help just the community in general with a preview button. I don't think ratings are necessarily the best idea because anybody can downvote a good roster. I don't know. I just don't feel like it's completely reliable. I'm kind of back and forth. I'm 50-50 on 2K share because I could understand why it's not in the game, but it kind of is really important for somebody like me. So the reason I think it's not in the game is because in NBA 2K13, they took all the players. Well, some people would take players who were cyber faces in the game. So like they used to have the White House ceremony. You could take Barack Obama's cyberface and you could put him on a player and upload him to 2K Share. You could take Adam Silver, you could put him on a player and upload him to 2K Share. And they did it with all the courtside celebrities and stuff like that. And notice all of those things I just mentioned, courtside celebrities, Adam Silver, and Barack Obama, none of those features are in the game anymore. You don't see courtside celebrities, you don't see Adam Silver or Barack Obama in the game anymore. So from that perspective, I can kind of understand if they didn't want those guys to be part of the game. But at the same time, it was a really useful feature for me to be able to like share like my Legends creation. So like Brandon Roy, Michael Redd, Gilbert Arenas, those guys like that, just sharing those was very convenient, just having that 2K Share option. So I think that they should bring that back, and you guys could download like your favorite YouTubers and you could play against them, and you know, it just add a whole new element to the game. One thing I totally forgot to mention was tattoos. Now, tattoos, I really don't understand why we can't add tattoos on created players. So when you go to edit player, obviously they have every single thing that you can do for your my player except for tattoos. And that's really, really annoying, because somebody like Brandon Ingram, who's covered in tattoos, they're gonna look completely different from how they look in real life. So not only is the body type not correct, but he just doesn't look right just because his tattoos too. So I feel like my creations would be very much improved if they just added tattoos for created player. And they went so far this year with being able to customize tattoos for your my player and stuff like that, and that was great. I just really wish that it had gone over for edit player as well. So that really does it for my NBA 2K17 wish list. It really wasn't too long, I don't think, not compared to NBA 2K16's wish list, which means that 2K is improving. Again, be sure to check the links in the description, especially for that thread, because I do have some more ideas that should be implemented into the game next year. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new, thumbs up the wishlist videos if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.